Okay, so today we're going to be talking about line when it comes to housing design. There are four major types of line that we're going to look at. But first, what is line? Well, line is a linear marks made when a pen or a brush or the edge created when two shapes meet. So basically, we've got tons of different types of line, but we're going to look at four basic ones that should make up most, if not all, lines. It shows direction and it causes the eye to move from one point to another. So in the first picture on the left, you guys see that it's causing your eyes to move left to right. Picture in the middle, your eyes are moving up and down. Picture on the right, your eyes are having to follow the curve, follow the spiral of the building. All of those three examples are three different examples that we're going to look at into further detail. So the first one, we're going to look at horizontal lines. So these basically mean that they're parallel to the ground. So think of the horizon when the sun is coming up in the morning or whenever it's going down in the afternoon. It's supposed to create a feeling of relaxation, calmness, and restfulness. So examples in your home that already exist could be your fireplace mantles. You can do it through furniture like long sofas or couches. You can also do it through printed lines like on fabrics or wallpapers. So in this very first example, we see the fireplace mantles. Not only is the wooden part horizontal to the ground, but it's also the brickwork as well. And then you also see the three pieces of decorative artwork across the top as well. And the second one, you've got your shelves on the left-hand side. You've got your long couches as well. And then you've also got the striped wallpaper on the right. The last one is also going to be the really thin pinstriping that you see. And then it's also how the mirrors are displayed as well. So you can show it through actual parts of the home that are well established in the brickwork, like your fireplace. You can add it through your furniture, or you can add it through your decorations, like your fabrics and wallpapers. So the next one that we're going to look at is vertical lines. So these are the lines that run perpendicular to the ground. So you're going to be looking up and down. This suggests height, strength, dignity, and stability. The great thing about lines in general is that you can use them to help create illusions. So if you want to appear a little bit taller, or you want your rooms to appear a lot taller, you'd want to decorate with vertical lines. Examples to incorporate vertical lines in your house would be like through your window treatments, which is basically like your curtains, your valances, anything like that involves your window. You can also do it through interior columns, striped wallpapers, and grandfather clocks or other pieces of tall furniture. So in this first example, we see it through the wallpaper, but then also through the window treatments as well. You've got your really long, tall curtains. And the second one, we see it through the columns and the long windows. And then the last one, we actually see it through the built-in shelving of the bookcases where you can hang up your coats and tuck your shoes in and everything like that. The third example of line that we're going to look at is your diagonal line. So this is going to create a sharp angle between a horizontal and a vertical line. It communicates different levels of activity from really low energy to high energy that we also may call as chaos. Examples can include how you place your furniture, roof lines on homes, which would be your exterior, and then your staircases or sometimes even lampshades. And we'll see through these three examples as well that it can also be created through wallpaper, and then how actual furniture is designed. So this first one, we look at this bookshelf. As cool as a statement piece as that is, it could be considered a little bit more on the higher energy side because every single one of those diagonal boxes have something in it. If you wanted to be less chaotic, you would take some of those out and have some of the more open spaces. But that is the focal point of the room. So it makes sense that it's a little bit more high energy. In the second photo, we're looking at the roof line. You have the one jutting out diagonal roof line. All the rest of the roof line is your pretty basic, looks like a gable pitched like dormer kind of thing. But right now it's looking at the focal point of the home. It's the big welcoming grand front doors is right where that diagonal roof line is. And then the example on the right is a little bit of a higher chaos because it has that chevron. And I know chevron was really popular. I was always a fan of chevron. But as for it going in full wallpaper on a room, it can be a little chaotic because it confuses if that is supposed to be the focal point of the room or just supposed to be an accent to the room. So you want to be careful that if you want to use diagonal lines as part of your wallpapers, that you either go with kind of a larger, more muted print, or you can go with a little bit more of an eccentric print. Just make sure that the rest of your furniture complements it. The last line that we're going to look at is curved lines. So curved lines is going to be like part of a circle, or a full circle or oval, and it's going to communicate a softness, freedom, and openness. So in this first one, this was also the example on one of the earlier slides too, that it is considered a horizontal line. However, it's on one of those big open curved walls, which actually makes it a bit more curved. So curved falls under horizontal and technically vertical as well. But it's supposed to create that openness. Through this piece of furniture here, we have that kind of comfy softness through these armrests over here. And then in this last photo, you have the tall curved line, which is that big opening that is transitioning from one room to the other, which is creating that kind of open concept floor plan. It really makes the space seem a lot bigger than what it is, but it's not such a harsh angle that it's very cut and dry, and it flows from one room to the other. So you can see that there's multiple ways to incorporate different types of lines in all of your guys' designs. So it can be done through the exterior, through the interior, curved, diagonal, vertical, horizontal. Any of these ways can be done. You just want to make sure that you don't do too many lines in there and take away from the fact that you can use other things to help design your space.